this is Anna from LeximbueJournals. I hope everybody's well today. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about paper. Sorry, the background's a little bit different because I missed my early morning slot where I could do my video and nobody was around, so I get a little bit self-conscious, so I like to be in a more quiet area. So today we're going to talk a little bit about, before we talk about the book, the journal I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about parchment and vellum. And the difference between parchment, there is no difference between parchment and vellum really, because there is a difference, but it's a very small difference. One is made, the parchment is made from animal skin that has been stretched and it hasn't been tanned. And vellum is made again from animal skin, only it's made from younger animals. So this is the difference between parchment and vellum. And the difference between the two is that vellum has more quality than parchment. But nowadays there's no way to know the difference, and unless they analyze it scientifically to see which of the skins belongs to a younger animal or not, there is no other way of knowing. So something to bear in mind was that these skins, they have collagen and they were very elastic, and people really enjoyed writing on them because they would receive the ink with the water and absorb it, and you know, they would work very well with that. So that's why they were so people loved using them so much. In Greece they started using parchment because papyrus was too expensive, and that's the way it all began. It started mainly from Pergamon, and during the Hellenistic times, and it was like an effort to counteract the use of papyrus in ancient Egypt. But Herodotus, who belongs to the 5th century before Christ, also mentioned the use of animal skin as a writing medium. So it is a lot older than what it is reported to be, and it has been used for a lot longer than it has been reported to. And if we go back to the Babylonians and the Assyrians and how they were using clay tablets to write their cuneiform script, they also used parchment as well. So the history of parchment goes way back. In the 15th century, and especially in medieval Europe, they switched to using paper more, but parchment was considered a more special, and it had more quality for their writing, and it is a very special, obviously special medium for writing. And anybody who owns a book that has got a vellum cover is very fortunate. So this is a general some general information about parchment and vellum, and of course it has been used. It's being used since the 20th century a lot more than it used to be used in the past. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this journal. This is the medieval journal that I did for to go together, to couple up with the Atlantis journal, and this is an Alchemist. And this is it's as you can see, it's not made with parchment, it's made with paper. I wish it was made with parchment, but it's got a bit of material as well, a bit of fabric here, and there's a bit of writing there. And this is the closure. So, and some beautiful medieval style ribbon on the closure there as well, and on the back. This is a slightly different type of an alchemist, because this alchemist is related more to the alchemy of architecture and design. And I will explain a little bit about that. So in the 15th century it was considered more of a luxury to use, as paper was more widely used then. Architecture and design of buildings is very special, it's very important, and I think that in the later years we've lost this connection that we have with stone and with building and with creating. But architecture is but in the past, in the medieval times and before and after, they believed that the stone has the energy and the movement. A monument or a house that is built with a stone has got this constant flow of energy as well. And as alchemy believes in energy and creating and moving from one thing to another, so does architecture, obviously. serve this purpose. So is architecture equally important as well, because it is assisting in creating things, creating monuments and buildings that have got this flow of energy and this very special energy about them. So this alchemist is dedicated to architecture and is dedicated to monuments and beauty that is created through building. And so it's more of an alchemy of architecture. So and I think that you will appreciate what I mean when you see inside some examples that I'm giving of this architectural splendor. So this is it about my alchemist journal. And to connect this alchemist with Atlantis, our heroes now, Lionel is now communicating with alchemists and studying alchemy, and he's trying to understand through alchemy and through architecture as well, this energy that is inside buildings and in creating buildings, because where he comes from, and he's beginning to remember, the buildings were incredible, and the temples and the monuments, and they all had of this energy, and the alchemy was there. So he is becoming more and more interested in understanding the connection between alchemy and energy and creating monuments, because he's trying to put together all the pieces that are missing in his puzzle of where he came from. So I hope that makes sense. I'm building it up very slowly, but I think that's the whole fun of it, to reach the stage where he is discovering what he needs to discover, so he can find his the love of his life. And through time, through the centuries that we're going through, it's a constant search for him, and it's an adventure. So I hope you enjoy the flip through now, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry again that, well, it was a bit late making it, because as I said, I missed my morning slot. I was waiting for my vegetable and fruit delivery, and it didn't come the time that I expected to come. It comes on Thursdays, and usually comes at 6:30 in the morning, and I have enough time to wash everything. As you know, we have to wash every single thing, which I never used to have to. It takes about an hour and a half to wash every single thing in that delivery. So I hope you enjoy this flip through, and I wanted to remind you that this journal, along with Atlantis, is going to be up on Etsy this Friday at 8 p.m. UK time. Also, I wanted to say something that I probably haven't said before. Some of you know already, I don't post things by airmail, Royal Mail anymore. I send my journals via courier, and it's something that I'm considering doing in the future as well, because they arrive very fast. The courier that I'm using is really good up to now, and they arrive very fast. They take about under a week to arrive in the States when they're going to the States, and about a day to Europe or the UK. So and so I'm tending towards using them in the future as well, when we're out of this lockdown. But at the moment, they pick up the journal from here, and it goes straight to it doesn't go through anywhere else. It goes directly where it has to go. And the other thing is that and that is free of charge. Obviously, I don't charge for that, but that's something I just like to do for safety, because I value the safety of my journals that leave from here, and until they're received on the other side, I am always very nervous. So I really need to know when they've left and when they've arrived and all that, their journey. Because that's a journey as well, isn't it? I've also prepared, there's also a new journal that's coming out, and that is going to be sometime within this week. I'm not going to tell you the thing yet, but you will see it very soon, and hopefully maybe within the weekend. And tomorrow we're going to do our Crafting Friday session. Looking forward to that. And well, that was it. Thank you very much for watching, and let's have a look at the journal now inside. Okay, so here's the journal, and I'll show you a little bit closer. There it is. It looks like it's got the parchment on it, as you can see, but this is not parchment, it's paper. I wish it was parchment. And there's the closure. And it closes, sorry, it closes from underneath. Like that. And there's the spine. Okay, so let's have a look inside. So for the end papers, I used this paper that I used in the Atlantis journal as well, so they're kind of coupled up this way, and it's just beautiful Italian paper, quite thick. It's lovely. And I've also used this handmade paper here because I also love the sound it makes when you turn the page. And this is a beautiful, beautiful painting, and it's called Ferval by Carlos Schwab. And it's the only painting that has been used on this journal, just in the beginning, the first page, because our alchemist, our hero is remembering things, and he seems to remember this image. So when he saw the painting, he was inspired, so he added it onto his journal. It's something that reminded him of the past, of his past. And these are some beautiful cards here, and I will write down below the name of the Etsy shop that I got them from. Some paper. I just added on the side some paper here, just a little bit of decoration. And there's some more paper here with a bit of a design. And here it looks a bit medieval, and this is I've created a pocket here. It's an old manuscript. It unfolds like this. And it's beautiful. It's fantastical. There's a map, which also unfolds, and that's from the Age of Discovery, and it was made in 1502, but the creator is unknown. Here's the other side of this beautiful manuscript with a bit of pen. Supposedly, it's coffee dripping here. And there's a side pocket. This is the triumphal arch. And now, you're going to see, this is a side pocket. You're going to see some things that he would have considered spiritual, created with a spiritual in mind, and he is taking as an example all these buildings to think of how where he came from was built as well. And this is the map of London, 1665. Beautiful map. He's very attracted to London, and he's also very attracted to Rome at this point. He's got some kind of alchemical connections with these places. And this is Saint Jerome in his study, and that's by Dürer, 1514. So Dürer was very much at that time. There's a side pocket here, and there's a bit of decoration again here and there. So I've used the paper quite a lot, and the coffee dyeing is quite interesting. And this is an architect that I really admire, and his name is Giuseppe Galli di Bibbiena, Italian. And this was created in 1716, but it's just stunning. His work is amazing. And so yeah, he's definitely using a lot of spiritual power, energy for his work. This is a knight and it's the castle. There's some more medieval paper here. Side pocket. There's more. There's a castle. And there's some music. I cut part of it, so it looks like it's part of the page, you know, but didn't put the whole page on, if that makes any sense. It's like on the side. There's a side pocket. More coffee staining. This is a bit more medieval here imagery. There. And there's a lot of space for writing. As you know, I like leaving it a little bit, you know, for whoever owns it to be able to journal as well. There's a bit more. This is also some paper downloads that I have a medieval theme, and I will write down who it was. And there's the side pocket. I forgot to get their names down beforehand. And there's some music here. The side pocket here. Medieval on it. Now this is another one of my favorite images here. Look at that. Isn't this amazing? That is all the study that this architect, this designer has done for this theater. And it's a plan, a drawing of a half elevation and half ground. That was by Giuseppe Galli Bibbiena again, 1696, 1756. These are the times that he... But look at all the detail here. A little bit closer, actually. It merits a bit more. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So I don't like mixing. I don't like mixing all these beautiful images and making them, adding stuff on them and changing them. I wouldn't Photoshop these amazing images because they need to they need to be on clear, and one has to be able to see the original concepts behind them. So there's a pocket. So that's why I like to leave the images alone. And some more cards here. This is another piece of paper that has been attached onto the pages just to create a bit of interest. There's a map. There's some more beautiful medieval paper here. And another pocket from the top. This is another image just cut around and added roughly. And there's some more here, decoration, and another medieval image. And this is by Rubens, 1630s. And this is Rome. And the end. And this is a beautiful ex libris that my daughter designed for me for LeximbueJournals. It was a surprise and I just love it, so I'll be using it in most of my journals now. So this is my own little ex libris design here with a castle. So have a nice evening, and we will be talking tomorrow, hopefully. And take care. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.